A very good evening and welcome to the Uganda Catholic Television. I am Joseph Kabali, bringing you Uctv News, the 16th of June 2025. Now starting off, in a bid to nurture a deeper spirit of prayer and strengthen the Catholic faith among young learners, about 12 Catholic-founded schools took part in the annual tri-prayer competitions organized by the Holy Cross Family Ministries. The final contest was held over the weekend at the Bishop Hanlon Gardens in Nsambya, where Father Arnold Jawiambe Ganda encouraged learners to embrace the practice of daily prayer and to dedicate their lives to God as a path to both academic excellence and spiritual growth. Over the weekend, approximately 12 Catholic-founded secondary schools across the country gathered to participate in the flagship tri-prayer contest organized by the Holy Cross Family Ministries, rooted in the mission to deepen faith, enrich prayer life, and strengthen spiritual bonds within families. The contest also aims to foster confidence in Catholic identity among learners. This national-level competition provides students with an opportunity to express their faith through various forms of creative expression, including poetry, drama, prose, original song, essays, and art.
In times of grief, when hope is thin and pain builds up from deep within, I turn to God. Glory of trumpets and praise His mighty name, glorifying His greatness, and we shall shine like the stars forever. Brothers and sisters, rejoice in Thee.
All ages seeking His kingdom, looking for mercy. Who am I, oh Lord? Who am I?
Now I know prayer is my ticket to you. Oh, hold my hand.
The top performers are awarded prizes such as trophies, certificates, and cash prizes. This year's competition, held at Bishop Hanlon Gardens in Nsambya, was preceded by the celebration of an Eucharistic Mass led by Father Arnold Jawiambe Ganda, who emphasized the importance of praying among the faithful, noting that it is the only means to attain peace and a personal encounter with God.
So when we are saying that prayer is the pathway to peace, we mean that prayer delivers you, propels you, guides you until it delivers you to God Himself, who is the source and author of peace, who is the peace Himself. Amen? So when we are talking about prayer, we mean the vehicle that is transporting you and leading you to an encounter with peace Himself, who is our God.
However, Father Arnold adds that the faithful must first compose themselves both spiritually and mentally if their prayers are to be recognized, noting that hostile attitudes such as jealousy can hinder their prayers from being accepted.
Pray to the right God. Don't mix God with other. The Lord is good. So that type of prayer is what delivers you to the peace, who is God Himself, that we are looking for. Then you are praying so much. You want peace in your life, but you have negative competition with each other in school. Negative Someone gets 90, gets an A, it pains you. The person put in a lot of work, her A or his A is bringing pain to you. Why? And you're looking for peace? Will you get that peace? And we are saying that prayer is the path to peace. Even if you pray 100 times, with negativity in your heart, you will not come to that peace.
He concludes by reminding the learners of God's intent to make their lives His dwelling place, where He can manifest Himself in many ways, not limited to academics, health, and social success. To achieve this, Father Arnold urged the learners to remain steadfast in their faith and devote their lives to God.
The Lord wants to make you a dwelling place for Himself, so that as you move around, as you study, you are studying with the presence of the Lord, who is wisdom Himself in your schools there, who is the source of good health to make you healthy as you study, who fulfills dreams to make your dreams be fulfilled. Make yourself the dwelling of the Lord. Let the Father in heaven with His Son and the Holy Spirit come and have a dwelling in your life. Amen? Let not your life be a life that repels, that rejects the Lord, but a life that attracts and welcomes him.
Last year, the contest was held under the theme, One Eucharistic Family, with St. Thomas Aquinas Secondary School from Kamweng emerging as champion in the regional contest, alongside notable participation from Our Lady of Africa Secondary School Mukono. The contest is organized by Holy Cross Family Ministries Uganda, a Roman Catholic movement founded by Reverend Father Patrick Payton, with the mission to inspire, promote, and foster prayer life and spiritual well-being of families worldwide.
Thy will be done, then pass away.
As the National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, continues its intensified mass enrollment and renewal exercise, which began late last month, officials have raised the alarm over a growing trend of Ugandans deliberately submitting false information to fraudulently acquire national ID cards. Addressing journalists in Kampala this morning, Claire Orama, the Uctv District Registrar, disclosed that in just under 3 weeks since the start of the exercise, 15,000 applications have been flagged for possible rejection due to inconsistencies and deliberate misinformation. On 27th of May, the National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, embarked on a countrywide mass enrollment targeting approximately 17.2 million Ugandans and a renewal of 15.8 million cards that will be expiring in June 2025.
Yes, correct. To hold it at your eyes.
Up to the
Right up
yes,
to
yes.
touch your body. And you open your eyes wide and look in one direction.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's done.
It's done, sir. It's done.
While as NIRA celebrates the positive and massive turnout of Ugandans, with over 2 million people having successfully participated in the exercise, Claire Olama, the Uctv District Registrar, says they are overwhelmed by the unprecedented trend of Ugandans deliberately submitting false information to obtain national ID cards. She adds that their registration system has already flagged over 15,000 suspected applications.
As we stand today, 10,518 applications have been flagged by the system. These are people who actually had an identity card, had approached NIRA, were enrolled, and therefore have either a NIN or a card already, but now are purporting to apply as though they have never obtained a national ID, which would be obtaining information, which would be using false pretense to obtain an identity that is not yours, or otherwise obtain a second identity. Fellow citizens, renewal is not an opportunity to change who you are. We are simply saying your national identification document, not your citizenship, has expired, but rather the document has expired. And we are renewing with a view of giving you a document that now has a newer and longer lifespan in tandem with the international ICAO standards.
It's against the background that she issued a stern warning to all potential suspects seeking to take advantage of the exercise to acquire a second identity through fraudulent means. She emphasized that such actions not only compromise the integrity of the National Register, but may also attract legal consequences.
You know, when you lie, you cannot sustain it. At point time T, you'll forget that you lied. But also, submitting wrong, inaccurate, insufficient information costs you. Because the system is intelligent. When you give wrong information, it will give us hints and say, this looks pretty like this. What that does, whereas your application should have been seamless and passed immediately, it will be dragged because when the system gets hints, it will say, further review required. So you delay your own turnaround time, you delay your processing time, but guess what? The worst thing is that you make yourself susceptible to prosecution. Lying to government under the Registration of Persons Act is a criminal and punishable by way of fines and in some instances even imprisonment or both.
Regarding the rampant allegations of corruption leveled against NIRA officials conducting the ongoing exercise, Orama implores members of the public to remain vigilant. She also issued confidential guidelines on how their rogue officials can be reported to authorities for appropriate legal action.
We are taking cognizance that in such a mass exercise, opportunists will always be there. However, as NERA, we have been vehemently condemning this vice. We have made available all our social media handles. We even have a toll-free number. We have a WhatsApp number where you are empowered. All Ugandans are intelligence officers. Please, if someone asks you or solicits a bribe, please record that conversation silently. You don't have to tell them I'm going to record. Record that conversation or secretly take a video and forward it to the NERA WhatsApp number, or reach out to any of our social media handles and share that information. We are committed to fighting this vice. To read for you the number, the WhatsApp number is 0766 501 071.
On several occasions, NERA officials have been accused of soliciting and accepting bribes for expediting the issuance of national IDs, birth certificates, and other registration services. Some reports indicate that the said drug officials demand money to fast-track services that are meant to be free. Away from that, the Court of Appeal is set to handle 513 cases under its Alternative Dispute Resolution ADR program over a 2-week-long period beginning tomorrow. The sessions will take place in 9 courts across the country. Deputy Chief Judge Dr. Flavia Nzaija stated that the initiative is aimed at addressing the long-standing backlog of cases by promoting timely and amicable resolution of disputes through ADR mechanisms.
As we provide an update on the judiciary's efforts to promote alternative dispute resolution and improving access to justice across Uganda. I'm pleased to speak to you about the Settlement Fortnight, a 2-week mediation-focused initiative currently underway in 9 selected courts in partnership with the United Nations Development Program, which is well abbreviated as UNDP. About the Settlement Fortnight, I think Justice Jabir spoke briefly about it. But the Settlement Fortnight is a dedicated 2-week exercise aimed at fast-tracking mediation as a tool for resolving civil disputes outside formal trial. A total of 513 case files have been identified by judicial officers and referred to mediators. These are civil, family, land, and commercial matters already filed in the court and deemed suitable for mediation. Our target is to conclude at least 300 cases by the end of this exercise. Participating courts. The following are the participating courts in the settlement week. Number 1, Court of Appeal. Number 2, Commercial Division. Number 3, Family Division. Number 4, Mukono High Court. Number 5, Fort High Court. Then we have magistrate courts. Number 1, Mengo Chief Magistrate Court. Number 2, Makinde Chief Magistrates Court. Number 3, Nabweru Chief Magistrates Court. And number 4, Fort Portal Chief Magistrates Court. Who is handling the mediations? The mediation sessions are being handled by, number 1, sitting judicial officers, judges, justices, and magistrates, registrars. Number 2, retired justices and judges. We brought retired justices and judges on board to handle aspects of ADR. And then lastly, court accredited mediators trained and attached to respective courts. So we have individuals who are normally accredited by this court to mediate matters. These are not necessarily judges, but they have been trained by us as courts on how to handle mediations. They can be religious leaders, they can be any person who can make people reach a settlement. Then mediation access and sensitization. This initiative is part of our broader commitment to reduce case backlog and promote amicable and timely dispute resolution and increase public trust in the judicial system. Even if your case wasn't selected during this fortnight, you are encouraged to request referral for mediation through your respective courts. Mediation services are now part of everyday case management. In other words, it doesn't mean that if your case has not been consulted for this exercise, that you cannot request for mediation. Any person is free to request for mediation at any time, because our mediation services are ongoing, together with the court processes. Your case should be able to be mediated at any time. We have had over 300 mediators trained and accredited all over the country, and these can be accessed at most of our courts. So it's not only judicial officers, but we have mediators sitting at our courts who can mediate your cases anytime.
A total of 2,718 aspirants have picked nomination forms to contest on the NRM ticket for positions of Member of Parliament, LOC5 Chairperson and Lord Mayor during the recently concluded issuance exercise. This was confirmed by the Chairperson of the NRM Electoral Commission, Dr. Tanga Odoi, at the party's headquarters in Kampala today. He also announced that the official return of the nomination forms is scheduled to begin tomorrow, which is June 17th, and will run until 30th of June.
The NRM Electoral Commission has successfully conducted and concluded the exercise of expression of interest and picking of nomination forms for parliamentary and local government council positions. And the statistics is as follows. Constituency members of parliament, 1,579. District women members of parliament, 586. LOC5 chairpersons, Lord Mayor, City Mayors, 553. The total out of the exercise that ended yesterday is 2,718. We congratulate all those members and then call upon all of them to come for nomination beginning tomorrow 17th to 30th June 2025. Let me emphasize that nomination, which will start tomorrow from 17th, will end on 30th. It's not one day, 17th to 30th. Monday to Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. The NRM Electoral Commission has staff who work in villages, parishes, sub-county, and districts. We are paying them honorarium out of that money. The NRM Electoral Commission has another round of expression of interest for LOC5 councillors, LOC3 councillors, and LOC3 chairpersons. That one is coming soon. We are using part of that money. Indeed, the money is even not enough. This money you are talking of 6 billion is even not enough. But because we are a party that respects financial literacy, we commit ourselves to use only our money. We don't get any money from government except the mandatory one. Flag bearers. When flag bearers have been officialized, we give them money to help their campaign. Including paying their 3 million. Even at National Electoral Commission level, we pay 3 million for them. When they go to the field, women MP last year were given 50 million each. Flag bearers, 60. Were given 60 million. The constituency MPs were given 40. And it was not enough, and they kept saying add. And we get from that own source.
We will go for a short break, and when we return, UCTV News continues.
UCTV, good news for all.
You are watching UCTV, good news for all. For this and more, tune into Kasese Get Radio 100.5 in Western Region, located at the hill of the Diocese of Kasese. KGR brings you all Catholic programs and an advertising platform in all our radio shows like Good Morning Renzori, Chama Tovoka, Ukute, the Business Show, Propeller, the Rico Show and Sports, Evaluation, Bahinga Bakuluka, Late Night Show, and many others. Our other services include Isuzu Tipa, a Noah car, public address system, live band, omokekera, an audio recording studio, and outside live broadcast. For more information, call 0773 597 166 or visit our website www.kasesegatradio.com. Kasesegat Radio, Omusondoria, the voice of truth.
Welcome back from the break, and now UCTV News continues with the Forum for Democratic Change, who have accused the Electoral Commission of erroneously registering one of its candidates under the ruling National Resistance Movement Party. While speaking during a media briefing at the party headquarters in Najanankumbi today, FDC Electoral Commission Chairperson Boniface Toterebuka Bamwenda revealed that Joel Ogwang, who is nominated on the FDC ticket as the Youth Secretary for Finance, was shocked to discover his name published under the NRM as candidate for Sports and Culture. Now, Bamwenda criticized the Electoral Commission for what he termed as a grave administrative error and also demanded for an immediate correction to reflect the accurate party affiliations and position.
The National Electoral Commission nominated the youth, elders, and PWDs to the village councils from 2nd June 2025 to 10th June 2025. The FDC, however, notes with concern that the Electoral Commission acted in a partisan way by nominating FDC candidates, then released their names as NRM candidates. One Ogwang Joel, who nominated on the FDC card as Youth Secretary for Finance, only to find himself as NRM candidate for Sports and Culture. This matter has been forwarded to the office of the National Electoral Commission, Honorable Justice Vyavakama, and he promised to handle it successfully. The Electoral Commission has not fulfilled its mandate of providing FDC as a political party with a copy of the Special Interest Group Register. This confirms that the Electoral Commission is registering ghost candidates as FDC. We continue to demand that the National Electoral Commission, led by Lord Justice Simon Vyavakama Mujenyi Arali, to fulfill its constitutional mandate of providing FDC with a copy of the special interest groups registers before polling. At this point, we continue to call for vigilance from the special interest groups as elections shall take place on the following days. Polling for village older persons committees, 16th June 2025. Polling for village persons with disabilities committees, 17th June 2025. Polling for village youth committees, 19th June 2025. We wish you, all our candidates, the best of luck. As FDC, we strive to promote democratic principles and stand as a pillar of democracy in Uganda.
Away from that, Choga County Member of Parliament Okot Moses Jr. Biteke has strongly denied claims suggesting that he has defected to the National Resistance Movement Party and described the allegations as malicious propaganda orchestrated by dishonest individuals. Addressing journalists during a press conference, the legislator, who also serves as the legal secretary for the Forum for Democratic Change, reaffirmed his steadfast loyalty to the opposition party and his commitment to championing democratic change in the country.
A lot of ferocious propaganda that was being paraded by unscrupulous individuals. I'm yet to understand the motive of the propaganda. I did hold a press briefing prior to this date informing you that I am an integral member and an integral part of the opposition bloc in this country. And I am a true advocate of change for this country. I am an immediate millennial who graduated from a Gen Z. And I have nothing that is enticing to do with the NRM. I have not been there. I will not be there. In fact, I am challenging in years to come for the leadership of this party that I am here in. So members of the press, do not be lured. Do not be lured, cajoled, persuaded to carry any information that would, by design or by default, associate me with the national resistance movement or anything that is not opposition. For if you are either motivated or persuaded by any gift or anything, I am informing you there will be an avalanche of hellfire of legal actions collectively against your back. That is what I do for a living as an advocate. But I would not want to do that to the media houses who did report. You could have been misinformed. So there is a window of clemency that I have issued out to anybody who did report the same. And today is the end of the story. Should I probably hear it from anybody reporting the same, I am potent enough to take legal actions as an advocate of the High Court that I am. But I have good areas to challenge my energy to, and that is the liberation of this country and challenging for good governance, rule of law, and democracy that I am focused on. So do not divert me by parading this. But in any case, take me as you see me. I don't miss my words. I am very wild in my actions when it comes to dealing with adversaries. And I would not want to think that anybody would want to be an adversary to me.
Over 3,000 households in Nyaravul Angal Town Council, Nebi District, are set to benefit from a newly launched piped water project, which is aimed at addressing the long-standing challenge of water scarcity in the area. During the official handover of the project by the Takidianet Foundation earlier today, Alex Onegi, the LC1 chairperson of Pagot Cell, expressed gratitude, noting that the system will serve at least 4 cells with clean and safe water, marking a major milestone in the community.
Over 3,000 households from the 3 cells in Nyaravurangal Town Council, Nebi District, will have a smile after suffering from water scarcity for decades. While receiving the piped water project from Turkey Dianet Foundation this morning, Alex Onegi, chairperson Local Council 1 Pagot Cell, said the pipe water system will help 4 cells to have access to clean water.
So I'm very pleased, especially my great thanks goes to Mr. Captain Obimo for having initiated the thing to come to my place.
Major Stephen Chunya-ai, a resident of Nyaravurangal Town Council who lobbied for the water project, urged the beneficiaries to guard the water source from vandalism. According to Major Chunya-ai, this project has come timely to help over 3,000 households in need of clean water.
Colleagues, I would like to welcome my colleagues and friends from Turkey Dianet Foundation. They are my good friends. When I met them in Kampala, I pushed to them the needs of our community, and one of the most pressing needs has been water. So they said, Stephen, if that's what you need, we are going to give you water. The first project was held at Padwot sub-county, a place called Padanyo, Joba, that side, and it is doing well. It is about 1.5 years now, or 2 years? 2 years, I think. Yeah. Now the second project, when I asked them again for water, they said, okay, we can give you water. They came, surveyed, without any restrictions, and found the water abundantly here.
In the meantime, Ponciano Wachgiu, Vice Chairperson Nyaravuranga Town Council, is optimistic that his people will now have access to clean water. He appealed to other non-governmental organizations to do the same in order to help other communities suffering from lack of clean water.
Bringing this project, we are now friends with you. Whatever you think you will bring to Nyaravuranga Town Council and Pagot cells is most welcome.
Meanwhile, some residents, especially women who used to trek for long distances in search of water, applauded the Uctv Net Foundation for taking clean water to them.
I want to say thank you so much to the Turkish Foundation for giving us water. This is going to help us. We have got the APRE project there, which really needed water. We are going to do any other projects around here. Our mothers used to travel very far in those hills looking for water. But now there's this water here. It's going to reduce on their workload. Our children will have enough water to take care of their sanitation, and everybody here are going to be happy.
Wafo pipi majukeliwa wabeka nwangu peko sa mapibe dupe sa moku boa hol mwanyotere wanwangu chan wasa kapia saya enko pima edong jukeliwa wafo pare makwe rot mungu duakigi mugisa malo.
Hassan Hussein, team leader at Uctv Net Foundation, lauded the people of Nyaravuranga Town Council for receiving the water project and promised to extend further support to other villages in need of clean water.
As I see here in this village, Muslims and Christians, they are living together in a peace way.
Bizler de Türkiye Diyanet Vakfı olarak
as a Turkish Diyanet Foundation,
dünyanın her yerindeki ihtiyaç sahibi insanlara hizmetlerimizi ulaştırmak için
we are trying to help in all the people over the world in everywhere as a Turkish Diyanet Foundation.
The new water connections will serve more than 3,000 households who did not have clean water for decades, and it has been built in Pagotsel, bordering Ategu sub-county in Nebi district.
Thank you for watching UCTV News. It is now time for Today in History. And with that marks the end of our news bulletin. I am Joseph Kabali. I wish you a nice week.